Hello. Happy Monday. How are you? I know it's a crazy day. Oh my gosh. I know Mondays are not our best days, but this Monday is a holiday, so maybe that's a little better. Oh my goodness. If we haven't met, I am Erica Champion Wise. I'm an elite consultant, and I love to come and give us a little Monday motivation. So if you're seeing me, say hi, say hello, put this on your timeline because I have something good to share today. Hello, Michelle. I have something really good to share today for leaders. So if you didn't know, I am a leader in my company, and leadership, man, leadership some days. Woo! Do I have any leaders in the comments? If I got any leaders in the comments, like say me. Leadership will make you cry. It will make you shout. It will make you cuss. It just all the things, right? All the things. Leadership is something else. It is. It's no joke. Let's call it what it is. It's wonderful, and I enjoy it, and I love it, and I'm made for it. But boy, woo! Sometimes, and whether that's leading at home or leading in business or leading at church or leading here or leading there, I don't care what you lead. It's got times where you're just like, Lord, I don't know I can do this. I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I can do this. How many conversations have you had with God being like, you sure you meant me to do this? Because, I don't know. I don't know, sir. Okay, I've had those conversations, and if I've had them, I know you've had them. So let's talk about this today. We are in 1 Peter 5. And now I want to tell you something. I grew up in church, and I have heard this passage used to like beat people with, like just beat people over the head and tell them you're a bad leader. And so if you got some church hurt around that, let me tell you, that's man's interpretation, okay? Humans are fallible. God is not. And I want to encourage you that if this scripture brings up something for you, because it did for me this morning, and me and God, we had to have a talk about this. So if it brings up something for you this morning, I want you to go talk to God about it. But I'm going to give you what God gave me this morning. Lord, I hope let me get this through the way you gave me, okay? So 1 Peter 1:5. To the elders among you, I appeal as a fellow elder, okay, and witness of Christ's suffering, who also will share in the glory to be revealed. Be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care, watching over them, not because you must, but because you are willing as God wants you to be, not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve, not lording it over those entrusted to you, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd appears, you shall receive a crown of glory that will never fade away. In the same way, you who are younger, submit yourselves to your elders. All of you clothe yourselves in humility toward one another, because God opposes the proud but shows favor to the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. So listen here. In some churches, they focus only on the humility part. And girl, we need to be humble. Absolutely. Big-headed people don't get nowhere in the economy of God. We know that. This is not news. So we're not going to talk about that. The message my pastor preached on Sunday was some things you leave out, right? And some things you leave out. Not that we're skipping over humility, but I feel like that dead horse, that particular dead horse, she's been beaten enough. We're not going to talk about that. You and God, you can talk about humility. That's on you, boo. That ain't on me. But I want to talk to you as a leader. To leaders. I am privileged that one of my favorite things to do is to grow leaders. And so leaders, let's talk about this. Let's talk about, we suffered together. That's the first thing I thought of. Yep, we leaders, we suffer together. We all suffer the same things. And if a leader is telling you, no, that don't happen in my organization, listen, they're telling you a bald-faced lie. I said it and I meant it. If somebody says it don't happen in my organization, it's a bald-faced lie. It does happen. Disharmony happens. Drama happens. Discontent happens. Mean people happen. Angry words happen. It happens. And I think that's the first thing we got to talk about as leaders, whether you're in a leader in business or this, that, or whatever you leading in. Disharmony happens. Struggle happens. And don't let nobody who is better than, right? Don't let them tell you that it happens. And so if you're sitting there and you have a team, for because that's what I relate to. If you have a team that is having a little bit of drama, it's all right. You know, we don't want to keep drama forever and ever. We want to like shoot drama in the face sometimes. Let's just be real. But drama happens. Don't stress. It doesn't make you a bad leader. You didn't do anything wrong. But now, because you're the leader, you get to step up and say, no. Right? Mess happens, but the leader gets to step up. Mess happens. Let's call it what it is. We suffer together as leaders. Mess happens. But now as leaders, we step up. So if you're at the point of, gosh, I need to step up, but I'm afraid, step. Just step up. Just step up, leader. I'm here to encourage you to step up. The next part is be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care. Not watching over them. No, watching over them, not because you must, but because you are willing. This one hit me and hit me hard. Leader, you have been trusted with people. You know, people are God's greatest creation. We say this all the time, but do we remember it when it comes to the people who are under our care, especially that thorn in our side, especially the one who just, ooh, when the phone rings, you're like, no. Right? Those people are God's people, whether we like them or whether we don't like them. Okay? It's not up to like them. They're still God's people. And He has trusted us to lead them. Don't let that make you scared. And so I've seen it in many times in many churches where it'll be taught that you better be scared and you better be afraid. No. Don't. Instead, turn that around and say, God trusts me. God trusts me with His people to lead and guide and assist and help. You have a big opportunity in your hands to help change someone's life. Now listen, you can't do it for them. We know this. You can lead that horse, but you can't make the horse right. We know that. We know that to be true, but you have the opportunity to be the shepherd of these people. You know, sheep have a mind of their own, and sometimes they're pea-brained, right? Real sheep. Sometimes they just crazy, and shepherds, you know, they can guide them, and they got that stick that they grab them and that sort of thing. But sheep still gonna do what sheep gonna do. Why do you think like they talk about the one getting lost out in the wilderness? Sheep gonna do what they gonna do. Okay, people are going to do what they're going to do, but it is your opportunity. It is your blessing. It is your, it makes me excited that God trusts us enough to give us lives of people that we get to encourage, that we get to inspire, that we get to pump up, that we get to pour belief on. That is a sacred task. This is not reserved just for pastors. This is not reserved just for evangelists. This is for anybody who gets the honor and opportunity to lead someone else. This is amazing. God trusts you with people. We say it all the time to mamas like, God trusts you with those babies. I want to tell you, leader, God trusts you with people too. He trusts you with the people who are on your team. He trusts you with the people who said yes to your opportunity. He trusts you with the leaders that He's given you on your opportunity. This is a big deal. This is amazing. And I need you to really grasp this, and not from a place of fear, but from a place of, I get to do this. This will change the whole game for you if you really get your brain around it. Because you are eager to serve. Did you ever think about leadership as servitude? We know Jesus said when He was washing the feet of His disciples, He was the servant. And we talk about servant leadership a lot, but do we really live it? Do we really believe that Serving our people as their leader is an honor. Listen to me here. Listen to me. Service is not being a doormat. Service is not doing it all for them. Service is not spoon feeding everything. Sometimes service is challenging them. Sometimes service is saying no, right? Service is not being that doormat, not doing it all for them. So don't get it twisted, don't get it upside down, don't get it messed up and backwards, okay? Stay with me that you as a leader, you are eager to serve and not lording it over those who were entrusted to you. You're not saying, I'm the leader, follow me, I'm amazing. No, you can say you are amazing because you are amazing. You are made in the image of God. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You were designed in your mother's womb. Absolutely, you are amazing. But if you come at it with like that attitude, and you know what I'm talking about, that attitude, right? You know where I'm at here with the attitude. We've all had that boss who had like that attitude that they're all better, right? We're not coming at it with that. That's not godly servant leadership. That's not what we're talking about in Peter here. But that attitude of, I am a good leader. Me and God, we talked about this morning, and I swear he was sitting in the couch next to me saying, once you realize what you're capable of, things are going to really change, girl. And so, leader, I'm going to tell you, once you realize what you're capable of in and through God, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, the game's going to change. You are designed to lead, else you wouldn't have a team, right? You are designed to lead, else you wouldn't have the desire to lead. You are designed to lead. And once you realize what you're capable of in, through, and because of God, honey, the whole game is going to flip on its head. And so I'm here to tell you, figure out what you can do because of God. Read this chapter, read others about leadership in God. And the last part here is about being an example, not lording over those entrusted to you, but being examples to the flock. Leadership comes by setting the example. We've all had that person. We all know someone who doesn't walk the talk, but you are walking the talk. I know you are. You're watching this video. I know you are. You are walking the talk. You are out in front leading the charge. If you're in a sales business, you're leading the sales. If you're leading a Bible study, you're the first one studying the Bible. If you are leading a group at church, you're the first, right? You are setting the example. And I want to encourage the tired one. I want to talk to the one who said, I have been setting this example forever. Where is my, okay, I want to talk to you. Keep setting the example. People are watching you that you don't even know about. They're just scared. Okay. Your team is watching what you are doing. They may not be taking action yet, but that's not your fault. Don't take that. Don't believe that. They are still watching what you are doing because you are setting the example to the people that you have been given. So I want to encourage you, keep setting the example. And if maybe you fell off the track for setting the example in recent, last year because 2020 was something, it's okay. Get back up. Get back on the example train. You're good. What's done is done. Let it be done. Hop back in and set that example because you are a good leader. You are a good leader. You are a very good leader. Verse 5, in the same way, you who are younger, submit yourselves to your elders. This one always tripped me up. And I think it's definitely that submit word. I don't like that word. Nobody likes that word. It's okay. But in further reading and in further studying and in further learning, youth has nothing to do with it. It's not an age. It's a mindset. And so, new person watching this, if you don't know what to do, ask. Submit. Don't take that word to be evil, okay? Humans have made it evil. God didn't make it evil. Submit has a trust quality to it. Trust your leaders. And so whether you lead a small team, big team, gonna lead a team, whatever, don't want to lead a team, submit to me means ask. Ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for leadership. If you are a young leader and you want to grow in leadership, ask those who've been there before. Ask those people, get that assistance. Submit yourselves to them means go under their authority in that they know what they're talking about. No one knows everything. I have mentors. I have some incredible mentors where I go to ask for help and I go to ask for guidance. And we have a mutual understanding that I have my strength, they have theirs. We play it to ours together and we submit one to another. And so don't let verse 5 with submit trip you. It's not about that. It's not what humans made it for. Just because they're your leader doesn't make you less of a person. No, they just know a little more than you do. And one day somebody's going to be asking you for leadership advice. It's just the cycle of it. And so let yourself be led. That's it. That's all that rambling came to. Let yourself be led. Pick someone to mentor you, to guide you, even if it's from afar. That's okay. I understand that. But let yourself be led. You do not know everything. You cannot know everything. You have your strengths, you have your weaknesses. Let yourself be led. If you have a strong and powerful leader in your organization, let them lead you. My friend, I've been leading for a very long time. Leadership is lonely, leadership is painful, leadership is difficult some days. If you have someone above you leading you, you say thank you. You go to them today and you say thank you for leading me, because you don't know the sacrifice that that leader made so that you can be where you are. I'm going to be straight with you on that one. You don't know the sacrifices that the leader made so that you can be where you are today. If someone above you is leading you, be led. Be led. Let them lead you. Now, if they're being a butthead about it, that's a whole different talk, okay? That's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about a good, a true, a humble, a servant, a Jesus-like leader. That's what I'm talking about. You know the difference. If you got a good one leading you, be led. Humble yourself and let them lead you. If you don't have one, we're going to talk about that. Well, maybe we'll do another video on that one day, okay? On like what to do with a bad leader. Okay, but for now, if you got someone above you who is leading, be led. Learn to lead alongside them. Girl, it is humbling to me, the leadership that I have and the ability that I have to learn from so many who are doing great things. Do not take your leaders for granted, ever. They could be gone that fast. And where would you be? Don't take it for granted. And so the last part that I want to talk about, I know I've been here forever, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. God, we need to talk about this. Verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. This one, this verse lets people get lazy. Listen, if you don't know me, I pull no punches and sugarcoat nothing. In due season, God will. That's not a cop-out. Okay, that's not an excuse to be lazy. That's not an excuse to be like, well, God is working behind the scenes and I'm gonna sit over here on my couch and I'm gonna scroll through the TikToks. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. That does not mean you get to be lazy. And no, you still have to do your part. You still have to show up. I mean, okay, so the first 5 verses of this puppy right here was talking about the leader who was doing the work. You remember that part where we said about setting the example? That means doing the work. And then we get to verse 6 where after you do the work. After you do the work. You with me? 1 through 5 is all about doing the work and the sufferings of leadership, right? We good on that? And then verse 6 is after, in due time, that he may lift you up in due time. You with me? You caught that? You catching that right there? 1 through 5, you got to do the work. You got to set the example. You got to be the servant leader. You got to, okay? And then is the after part. So don't let that make you lazy. Don't let that make you believe that you don't have to do your part. You still have a role to play. You still have a place to show up. You still have a place to serve. You still have an example to set as a leader. So I want to encourage you. Believe in God, have faith in God, show up, do the work in faith, saying, God, I'm doing all things as unto you, because I believe that through Christ, all things are possible. Right? That's another verse in there. Look that one up. And so, leader, you're doing a good job. No matter what's going on, you're showing up today. You're doing a good job. You're putting in the work. You're doing a good job. It may just not be your due time yet. And I say that as one who has been sitting still for over 2 years. It may just not be due time yet. Hold on. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. Keep setting the example. Keep learning. Keep leading. Keep growing. Because due time is coming after you've done the work. So you can lead. You were designed to lead. God had a plan for you before you were born. And leadership figured in there. Okay? It absolutely figured in there. You have the honor of being trusted with his people. Say thank you, and then do all things as unto God. How can you lead going forward with this in the back of your mind? That I am trusted by God to shepherd and lead his people for a little while, because we don't get to know how long we're going to be here. I am trusted by God to shepherd and lead his people, and say, thank you, God, that you've given me this honor and this opportunity. Help me today to do it well, to do it for your glory, to do it for what is coming for you, for kingdom expansion, because God's coming soon, friends. I don't know if you've been watching current events, but God's coming soon. And we as leaders, we have the power and ability to point people to Jesus. Yes, we have a business. Yes, we have this. Yes, we have that. But at the end of the day, we have the ability to point people to our Jesus. It's pretty cool, right? You are an amazing leader. Yes, leadership can be hard, but it can also be one of great, great reward. So I hope this encourages you on a Monday. I really do. And I hope if maybe you've pulled back a little bit from leading, you step right back in, because you can lead. I promise. Have a great day. Oh, have a great day. Have a good week. Happy Martin Luther King Day. And I will see you later.